Never let anybody see you sweat.
So I was born in New York City, and I lived there until I was 8 years old. I realized that I was a much better talker than I was a listener. I don't know what to say, I just don't like what you're saying.
Sorry, Your Honor.
I ended up going to law school at Georgetown, and I was a prosecutor for Janet Reno. I loved it because it was so raw. Were you cheating on her?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
All rise.
Our show will be a mixture of education, I think you're misreading the law a little bit, and entertainment. My main goal is justice and the law. That's been my legacy, and the legacy I hope to continue into the future with the show.
Alonzo Perry claims a guest at his tailgate party took his autographed football and never gave it back. Terry Peterson says he was going to return the football to the plaintiff, but it was stolen when his car was broken into.
Okay, Mr. Perry, you are suing Mr. Peterson for $360 because, according to you, he stole your autographed football. Tell me what happened here.
This is Terry. Terry is my best friend's cousin.
Okay. Did you invite him to your tailgate party?
I did not.
Okay.
My best friend Ray, he invited him to our tailgate party.
All right. What happens at the tailgate?
So at the tailgate, we do a lot of cooking, hanging out. With him, what happened was that I get there early because during the tailgate, you want to get there a little bit early to set up. I get there early, about 9 o'clock. I set my things up, and then I go and walk around the stadium because at times there's different players, cheerleaders, coaches, just walking around the stadium. So I happen to get lucky, and I run into one of my all-time favorite players, Dennis McLemore. He was a wide receiver. So I run into him. I happen to have a bunch of footballs with me in my car because I play a lot of football. I'm a flag football coach, so I happen to have a lot with me. So I asked him if he would be gracious enough to sign my football. He did. Got a signature, went back to my tailgate party. I started to cook, pour up drinks. People started to come in, and we're all having a good time. Through that, Ray, he asked me if he could throw around a football because he was getting a little restless. So I told him, I said, sure, go to my car. There's some footballs inside my car, but just don't take the signed one because I just got it signed that day. Problem was, he told Terry to go get the ball.
Oh, well, Ray's even less reliable. When he told you to get the ball, did he tell you whatever you do, don't get the signed one?
No, he did not.
Did you know? Did you see that this ball was signed?
No, ma'am, I did not, Your
How
Honor.
do you not see it? Can I see a picture of the ball, please?
Absolutely.
How do you have a picture of the ball if it was just signed that day? You took it right away?
No, I was looking to get the ball appraised. I wanted to see how much I could get for the ball because I was interested in that.
So this is someone else's ball signed?
Yes, but it's the same player.
But was his signature smack all the way across it the way it is on this ball?
Yes, that's generally how he signs all of them. I got the information off of an eBay listing.
About how much his signature
about how much
is
the ball
worth.
would be worth, right?
You're not that sentimental about the signature.
Well,
yeah. In any event, so he, according to him, the signing is all the way across the ball. Neither of you two clowns noticed that it was a signed football?
Ma'am, to be honest with you, Judge, when we throw the ball back and forth, all we worried about is catching it, bringing it in, and throwing it again. We just really good at that.
I know, but at some point when the ball's in your hand and you're looking at the ball in your hand, you're looking at me. How long were you playing with the ball? Nobody noticed it had a big signature across it.
We threw it back and forth for maybe 5
Did Ray
or 10
tell you
minutes.
don't get the signed one?
No, ma'am. I didn't realize the ball was signed until after the football game.
So Ray never gave you the one instruction he gave Ray?
Unfortunately, I did not get that instruction.
All right, so now you're playing with Ray for how long?
Maybe 5-10 minutes throwing the ball back and forth.
And then it's time to go in because the game's going to start.
Yes, but
and what happens?
I hadn't gotten a ticket yet, and so I was scrambling at the last minute. I didn't decide to go into the game until after I got to the tailgate and was having such a good time. So then I walked back to my car to get my wallet because it's a cashless place. And when I get my wallet, I realize I'm still holding the football, so I just throw it in the car because I want to return the football.
Why don't you just hold the football longer and give it back to him when you see him inside?
Well, because you can't take footballs inside the stadium.
Oh, okay.
They don't want,
All right, that's a reason. That's an answer.
Yeah,
all right, so go on.
I take my wallet and I go back into the game. I catch up with them at the game. We watch the game.
Did you mention to him, I still have your football, man?
No, I did not. We were, we might have had a drink or two while we were in the stadium and things of that nature.
And a drink or two at the tailgate.
Yeah.
Well, what's the point?
Well,
right.
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
so
he didn't still have the football, Judge.
Huh?
He didn't still have the football.
No, not in the stadium. He had it in his car.
It was in
No,
my
no.
car.
Okay.
It was in the car, he says.
Let
It
him
was in
tell
my
it.
car. And
What?
then-
I said, let him tell it.
Why wouldn't it be in his car? What does you think happened?
Well, because just like you said, how can you not notice this big signature across the ball? He claims that they were throwing the ball back and forth about 5-10 minutes. He claims he has the best hands in the world, so he never dropped the ball. So of course you're gonna see this signed signature on the ball.
But what do you think happened to the ball? What is it you're implying?
What I think happened is that because he showed up, he didn't have a ticket, he wasn't prepared to actually go into the game. He saw the ball, saw his opportunity to, oh, I can sell this ball and I can get a ticket.
Coming up on Justice for the People.
So I go outside and there's glass all over the floor. My stuff's all over the place. I'm missing
karma,
my
Judge.
golf clubs. I'm missing some clothes, shoes, and as well as the football.
And later,
My ex-boyfriend Harris broke our agreement for us to go to the amusement park together, and he knew that I had to take a PTO day off work in
How
order for
long
us to
had you
go.
been dating him when this happened?
We were dating for about 3 years.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Emmy-nominated Justice for the People with Judge Milian. We're back with the case of Alonzo Perry, who blames Terry Peterson for the loss of his autographed football.
So what happened, according to you? You dropped the ball in there, everybody forgets about the ball, and then what?
I go back to my car after the game. We're parked in two different spots of the parking lot. I get a text from a girl I met at the tailgate, and we go out to get a quick drink after the game because it
The
was
party
an early
continues.
game. And then after we leave the bar, I go back home and I looked up and found a parking spot right in front of my house, which is never happens. I have street parking at the apartment, actually, not my house. I go inside, I go to sleep, I wake up in the morning and I realize that it's street cleaning day. And so I rush outside. When I get outside, there's
Because you have to
glass
move the car to the other side of the street.
Exactly, yes, ma'am. And
And?
so I go outside and there's glass all over the floor. My stuff's all over the place. I'm missing
karma,
my
Judge.
golf clubs. I'm missing some clothes, shoes, and as well as the football. I call the police. I get a police report, but while I'm waiting on the police to show up, I get a ticket because I didn't move the car in time for the street cleaning. So I got a ticket on top of the police report. It's all right here, Judge.
Can I
if
see
I
it?
can give you the evidence.
Don't hand me a whole
Just
file. Show me the
outside.
police report, and
Got you.
we have clubs were stolen, your car radio got stolen, your catalytic converter, and an autographed football. So you certainly knew then that it was autographed because you told the police it was autographed.
Yeah, I knew it was autographed once I forgot to mention this, Judge, I apologize. Once I got back into my car that night, before I went to the bar, I did notice that the ball was autographed.
Okay.
So why didn't you pick up
So
the
hold
phone?
on one second. So now you notice that the ball is autographed. So why don't you then take the ball in with you? Because you were too drunk to think about it?
Not just that, ma'am, but also I didn't realize that the signature held any value. He had a
Okay,
bunch
now everybody
of
knows that a signed ball holds value. Don't be silly.
Well, not
How old are you?
He knew
I'm
that.
26.
I'm not talking to you. I don't need a cheerleader. I've been doing this without you my whole life. All right? Let me
25,
ask.
Judge.
Say it again.
I'm 25, Judge.
Right. So, and your brain cells are holding hands, right?
Yes.
So you know that an autographed ball is worth more than a non-autographed ball.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Did you recognize the signature?
No, ma'am.
All right. So now you noticed it was autographed, and then you received a text from whom?
From
Him.
Alonzo.
And what did he say?
The text read, "Do you have my ball?" Ray said, "You have my ball."
And
things
what
of
did
that
you say
nature.
back?
I didn't reply until the next morning after I realized my car was broken into. And
Okay, but you received it before you went to sleep, when you were home?
I didn't see the message.
When
until
did you first see the message?
In the morning.
Okay, so you're going downstairs, you see the message. You have, however, realized that it's a signed ball. You didn't take the ball into your house.
No, ma'am.
Why wouldn't you take the ball? If you know that there's a ball and you know it's signed, why didn't you take it into your house?
Poor lack of judgment, Judge. I
Okay,
apologize on that.
that's a good answer because
That's a
that's
common theme,
really the
Judge.
truth. Because here's what happens. Okay, there's a concept in the law called bailment, and that means I'm in possession of somebody else's stuff. If they're paying me to house it, I got to have a really high level of care for this stuff. If they're not paying me to house it, I don't have to have such a high level of care, but I still have to have a level of care. If I accidentally took it, I got to have a pretty good level of care, all right? And if I know it's valuable because I just noticed it's signed, I got to take it inside,
Understood.
all right? Instead of leaving it in the car because something could happen like, oh, I don't know, they could break into your car, which is exactly what ended up happening.
Right.
So I'm not him. I don't think you sold it to get a $68 ticket. I don't think you kept it. I just think you're careless. And the question is, if you're careless, do you still have to pay the value of the ball? all right, because you didn't take care of it like you should have. You noticed that somebody else's property was in your car, and then you left it there, and it's visible.
I locked the
Is
car door,
was it in
Judge.
Okay, and where is the ball?
The ball, I put it in the back seat.
The back seat, so it's even visible through the glass, right? So you've left a signed ball. That's probably why your car got broken into.
I think it was my golf clubs. They're a little bit more valuable.
Where were your golf clubs?
They were in the back seat. It's on the police report as well.
Oh, dude, come
He
on,
doesn't
man.
even golf, Judge.
But I don't
golf
care if he
clubs.
does or doesn't golf. Why would you leave all this valuable stuff in the car for?
I thought because I locked my door and that the value of my car looked so low that people wouldn't attempt to rob my car.
Why wouldn't they look in to see what you got in the car? They didn't. Nobody tried to take your car. Your hoopty's fine. The problem is all the stuff you had in the back seat,
Yes,
right?
ma'am, right,
That's what
right.
they tried to get. That's why you can't leave anything in there, because now you got broken glass and stolen stuff.
Yes,
all right.
ma'am.
I want to know, what did Ray say about all this? We haven't heard from Ray.
He did say that he felt bad and that he didn't feel as though that I should take Terry to court over this matter. I feel as though that he should.
Oh, he feels bad, but it's your problem.
Yes, basically.
Oh, what kind of a best friend is that?
The best one I could find.
Oh, you
Best one I
guys.
could find, Judge.
A little less you barbecue, a little more you find good friends and that are responsible. But listen, I realize everybody's tailgating. I realize everybody knows that everybody else is drinking and partying and whatever else. But the bottom line is there did come a point during your possession of the ball that you knew, oh, geez, this one's signed, and you just had bad judgment and left it in the car. I believe you, because you also left golf clubs in the back of the car. And that's why your car got hit, because of all the stuff you left in plain view in the car. But that not meaning for it to happen doesn't mean you don't have to pay for it. I'm ruling in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of the $360.
All rise.
Judge Milian has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant owes $360.
Justice was served. I hope you learn not to take other people's things and be prepared next time.
Hey, man, I just hope that you stop being as jealous of me as you always portray to be and that this whole thing is done with.
Coming up,
If you ever want to persuade a woman of anything, tell them they're crazy. That just works so well. Tell them, or you could try the old standby, calm down.
you're watching Emmy-nominated Justice for the People with Judge Milian. Irina Wendt claims she took a day off from work to go to a water park with her ex, but he canceled and owes her for lost wages. Harris Montgomery says the plaintiff knew he had to study and he owes her nothing.
Okay, Ms. Wendt, you are suing your former boyfriend, Mr. Montgomery, for $660 that a day off cost you when he stood you up. Okay, talk to me and tell me what's going on here.
My ex-boyfriend Harris broke our agreement for us to go to the amusement park together, and he knew that I had to take a PTO day off work in order
How
for
long
us to
had
go.
you been dating him when this happened?
We were dating for about 3 years, and the first 2 were actually really great. We were in college together, we were in the same program, and when we graduated, I got into a job at a PR management agency, and I was really successful, and he was really supportive of me. But something changed. He got jealous, and he kept using studying for the GMAT as an excuse for bailing on me, and I've just had enough, and I think I deserve this compensation from him.
Okay, you were studying for what?
GMAT. I'm trying to
Okay.
go to grad school.
Okay, so you were studying for the test that gets you into grad school?
Yes.
Okay. When you say he was using that as an excuse, that requires some studying.
Your Honor, I understand, but when the excuse is being used tens and 20 times, it has to get me wondering, like, what's really going on. And also, I know what he's
What did
doing.
you think might be going on?
Well, he's always in study groups, and there's always a lot of girls there, and they're always very late hours at night. And whenever I try to ask him about it, he always dismisses me, says I'm being irrational, and says that I'm just, a
Yeah, let me give you
helicopter
a
girl.
little piece of motherly advice right here. If you ever want to persuade a woman of anything, tell them they're crazy. That just works so well. Tell them, or you could try the old standby, calm down, to someone who's not calm. Those are all really power moves.
Coming up,
So I just gave her space.
And then?
Since then, she hasn't talked to me until we showed up here, until I got served.
Yeah, you got served.
you're watching Emmy-nominated Justice for the People with Judge Milian. We're back with the case of Irina Wendt, who is fighting with Harris Montgomery over a water park date.
Tell me about this date.
So we have been going through a rough patch, Your Honor, and I just thought it would be a great way to go back to this water park that we used to go to, because I just remember early on in our relationship, he used to have a really good time there, and I thought it might be a great way to reignite the spark that's been missing. So I let him find a date for us to go, and of course he chooses a date that he knows I'm on work. I have in text messages here that he promised me that he would make this day work because he knew that I had to take a PTO day off.
Can I see the text that you're talking about?
Thank you.
Hey, baby, so there isn't any day during the week that you could make going to the water park work, as I work every weekend until the end of summer. Hey, love, like I mentioned before, I really need to use my weekdays to study for the GMAT. Actually, you could use any day to study for the GMAT. Let me hear from you, Mr. Montgomery. What was this last-minute event?
Well, Your Honor, so as I mentioned, I'm studying to get into grad school, and there was an info session that was booked the whole week besides the date that we were planning to go. But an opening came up, and they informed me, and this is something that helps me like pick which school I
Right, when
want
did
to
the
go to.
opening come up?
10 a.m. was when I got informed.
Oh, I see,
Yeah,
I see. So you thought you hadn't made it into the info session, then you all of a sudden made it into the info session. Maybe you should have explained that better to her. Did you understand that?
No, it was very confusing.
Yeah, like I didn't understand it. And so what efforts did you make to, when she said, that's it, I'm done, like, did you say, okay, see you because I got to study? Or I'm just curious.
Well, Your Honor, I have been, through this whole relationship, I think she's been irrational on multiple occasions. And I think I just thought that this was another one of those instances, because she's always snapped back, so I just gave her space.
And then?
Since then, she hasn't talked to me until we showed up here, until I got served.
Yeah, you got served.
Judge Milian's verdict when justice for the people returns.
Ms. Wendt, it's close. It's pretty close, because there's these texts that talk about, all right, however, if there's any way you can use a PTO day so that we can go during a weekend, I promise I will make going a priority. Can you imagine the floodgates of the courthouse that we would open every time a person's disappointed in their loved one? In this case, it was a series of events over the course of a year that show that he has no, that he's not as into it as you are. Sometimes they're just not into us.
I'm
all right?
being
No,
punished.
really. I need you to look at me. Sometimes, no, I mean it. Sometimes it's just not going to happen. Sometimes they're just not that into us. And if he claims he was, but sometimes what the best he can give is not good enough. Every relationship, however failed, is a learning lesson for everybody. Okay, for everybody. But this does not a lawsuit make, and I'm ruling in favor of the defendant. Good luck, folks.
All rise.
Judge Milian has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim is denied.
Any last remarks?
I don't believe so.
Looks like you got what you wanted. Any more excuses?
All right. Exit this way here.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.